Hello, and welcome to the podcast, Your Biz Story. This is Tom Szabo, your host. Your Biz Story examines small business in Northeast Ohio. You'll meet the owner, learn about the business products and services offered, how the business got started, the challenges a business owner faces, and many other aspects of running a small business. Whether you're a consumer, business owner, or have thought about opening a business, you'll thoroughly enjoy today's podcast. Welcome everyone to the This Your Biz Story podcast. And sorry I stumbled with that, but this is the kickoff. I'm allowed to do those kinds of things. All right. So we're going to be exploring businesses in small business in Northeast Ohio. These are going to be the businesses that are 200 employees and less. We're normally going to be talking about the who, the what, the why, and then some other things that just might pop up. So I want to welcome you to today's Your Biz Story episode. Hello to Sean over there. He's behind the booth doing his producer thing. And we're here in the high-tech studios of the Madison Public Library here in historic Madison, Ohio. And if you folks get a chance to come out here, please do, because they've got some amazing stuff. So as I may have mentioned, this is the kickoff episode for Your Biz Story. And normally what we're going to do is we're going to introduce you to the owner of the business. We're going to learn about their products and services. We're going to find out how did the owners start or acquire the business. I always find those to be interesting stories. And then usually some anecdotal stories will wind up in the discussion. But this episode is going to deviate from that format. So I told you all that so that I can tell you that we're not doing that today, okay? Today's guest is Katrina March. She is the executive director for the Eastern Lake County Chamber of Commerce. And she is a passionate advocate for small business across the region. She's an alumni of Lakeland Community College.
Thanks, Tom.
And we won't talk about what years we graduated, okay? All right. And I didn't know this about you. You studied travel and tourism.
I know. I wanted to be a flight attendant.
I can see
and I
that.
made the requirement. I wasn't too tall.
I could see that too. Katrina has worked in Lake County her entire professional career. She is celebrating nearly 11 years in the chamber industry. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And probably even more congratulatory is that she's approaching her first year as the executive director for the Eastern Lake County Chamber of Commerce. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
She leads the chamber, made up primarily of small businesses. She focuses on helping them to grow through meaningful connections, education, and community visibility. She believes small businesses are the backbone of our communities and they contribute to both economic vitality, and this is an interesting choice of words, the local character. I like that. Because they do.
They absolutely do.
Katrina and her husband Jason, they have 2 children, Kennedy and Grant. And it dawned on me this morning, you named them after presidents. Was that intentional or accidental?
So as you mentioned, I've worked my entire career in Lake County, but I started in Madison, getting off that exit at 528 every day. And I got off 90 one day, and there was a Miranda Lambert song, and a little line in there was "Be more like a Kennedy," which was referencing whoever Miranda Lambert was talking about.
Yep.
And I was like, that's it. And then a former executive director of the Madison Perry Chamber, Cindy Girdler, we were at a chamber event at La Mafa, and she said her grandson Grant, and I was like, that's it.
That's
so it just worked out that they were both presidents' names. I wasn't going for that, but it worked out that way.
So you and the family enjoy hiking, traveling, and I like this too, making as many memories together as possible.
Yeah.
That's important for a family. She's more than a decade in the chamber industry and loves the work she does every day.
I can't believe it's been 10 years.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. It just, you know what? Those years are going to start speeding up
They
too.
are.
Yes.
They definitely
Yes,
are.
they are. Let's delve into what is a chamber of commerce?
That's a great question. And when people come to us, I ask them, do you know what a chamber of commerce does?
Mm-hmm.
And I would tell you probably 80% of the time they go, ribbon cuttings? I don't know. But I've heard that I need to join the chamber. So most chambers are a 501c6. We're not for profits.
Okay.
Chambers of commerce actually started in Paris.
Huh.
I just learned this a couple years ago at a chamber conference myself. And they were to bring the businesses together so that they could share ideas.
Okay.
So that's one of the things a chamber of commerce does.
Okay. All right.
But there is so many things. I don't know if we have enough time on our podcast today to go through everything we do. But we'll definitely highlight on those.
Not a problem. In terms of the small businesses here in the area, what does the chamber do for them?
So whether existing or new, we always like to identify their needs. Because every business, it doesn't matter what they are, have different goals, different objectives, different needs. So we like to meet with them and learn what is it that they need. If they are a manufacturer, they're probably joining the chamber to support the community.
Yeah.
But they can take advantage of some of the things that we have to offer. As far as the smaller ones, the number one reason they're going to join or they are a member is to build their business in a network.
Okay. Because I've observed that when you start talking about businesses that are 200 employees and under, it even further subdivides when you get, in terms of the business needs, when you get below that 10 employee, and there's even another divide when you get down to the solopreneur or the one, 2, 3 employee business.
Yeah.
So how does that
So
come
I
into
ran the
play?
numbers because that was one of the things you and I wanted to talk about today.
Yeah.
We are over the 500 plus members that belong to Eastern Lake County Chamber of Commerce.
Good.
And under 200, 368. That's how
Of
many
500?
out of over 500, little over 500 that we are. And 80% of our membership is in that 6 to 10 employee category. So that is how small business we are.
So if
That supports the chamber.
So if you're a small business, you want to come and join the chamber so you can commiserate with the other,
share your problems
with
with the other working people in your community.
Working people.
Yeah.
And a lot of times there's comfort in knowing you're not the only one.
You're not.
Absolutely.
If, we say this, if you've got this question or problem, probably someone else is going to have that question or that problem. And maybe they've been through this. We have members that, we have 2 members that are celebrating over 50 years of investing with the chamber.
Wow.
Yeah. Beam Family Funeral Homes in Madison and Richmond, and Richmond Insurance also in Madison. They're celebrating 50 plus years with us. So those are great resources.
Yeah.
They may have, hey, we learned early on this.
Yeah.
And they may save you a ton of time and money.
Absolutely. There's that old saying, why reinvent the wheel?
Sure.
Learn from somebody who's been there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what's great when you come to an event, whether it be a program, networking, you see these people, sometimes it's always different, but they love to share. That's why they're there.
You mentioned some of the events and programs. What are some of the events and programs that businesses could expect to hear about?
Throughout the year, I can tell you we're about 60 plus events through a calendar year. Those range from networking with the Eastern Lake County. We partner with the other 2 chambers in Lake County. And sometimes we explore outside of Lake County. We may partner with the Geneva area, the Chardon area, just to keep our memberships, businesses growing. We have expos. We have a manufacturing expo, which is very large, great event for our young people to come out and explore job opportunities, internships, scholarship opportunities.
So Lake County manufacturers, did you hear that one? Huh?
That's held in October.
Yeah.
And in 2026, we will be holding that in our footprint. We're going to be at Perry Local Schools.
You touched on something that I wanted to ask you about, and that is partnering with other chambers.
Yes.
Because I was going to ask you how here in Lake County we have, I think, 3 chambers.
Correct.
So do you guys have to worry about stepping on each other's toes at all, or are they, well, don't cross the fence into my chamber area? How do you have to deal with that?
The 3 chambers in Lake County all serve different communities. We do have a lot of crossover, and I think that all 3 of the directors and the staff respect each other's communities that we serve. I couldn't tell you, Tom, off the top of my head, but we have a lot of members, all 3 chambers, that support and invest with all 3 chambers. And all 3 chambers know that. And we work hard for all of our members. And Chris Weber, from the executive director from the Mentor Chamber, she was just on Bob Fratino's veteran program that they have on WINT radio.
I've heard about that.
And Chris was saying, if Mentor doesn't have a member that specializes in this, maybe Eastern Chamber does, or maybe Willoughby Western does. So we work well together.
That's
we
good.
have to.
That's good.
Because we're in this together. And I'm a big component. It doesn't matter what chamber you belong to a chamber of commerce. Because they're supporting your businesses and the communities they serve.
And that's another thing I've noticed here in Lake County. Lake County's almost like one city in itself. Because the people that are, let's say, are in Madison are probably working with a business that might be in Willoughby.
Absolutely.
And a Willoughby business might be working with a Mentor business on things. And so there's going to be a lot of interaction. So it makes sense that the chambers would interact with each other.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
nice
and
some other events, Tom, that the chamber offers is educational programs and programming in itself. A lot of people don't have time to drive to Dallas to go to these conferences on training. So we have different workshops, educational speakers throughout the year. We have mixers. And of course, like I said, the networking events, that's what people want to do. They want to get out, talk about their business, grow their business.
Bring that stack of business cards.
So
pass them around.
Again, 60 plus events. So we're hopping. And, we put these events on and programs for our members to come to these to grow their business.
Good. What do, I'm going to call them the micro and the small businesses, what do they bring to the chamber?
So the 1, 2 to 5, under 10.
Yeah, the little guys.
What do they bring to the chamber? Obviously, their staff to our events and programs. They bring support. They invest with us. I say it all the time. I don't care if you're a single entrepreneur or you're in that 500 plus. We treat everyone the same, and everyone is equal no matter what investment level they're at. I think they're the pillar in the community.
Yeah.
They're the ones supporting the baseball teams, the school districts, the chamber.
Yeah.
They pay taxes.
Yeah.
So they bring support to us. And again, they bring the character to the community. And I'm proud to represent them, whether they're you know, the nonprofit, or they're one entrepreneur, or they're just getting
Yeah.
started, you know.
Yeah. I you know, I'm also a member of, the Eastern Lake County Chamber, and I look when you say that, I look at some of the people I know through the chamber, and yeah, there's a bunch of characters out there.
Yeah,
And they're so much fun to be around and talk to.
exactly. I mean, they make up our chamber.
Hmm.
You know, we just came off of having um, our annual meeting and awards
Hmm.
reception on Monday night, and seeing all the past presidents,
Yeah.
past board members, again, people that have been with us 50 plus years, 25 years.
Yeah.
They make the community up.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Um, what's coming up?
What is coming up? Well, we got through one event, so we got 59 more to go. In February, we have, well, actually, next week, I'm trying to get through winter. I'm kind of, you know, a lot of snow we've had in January. So we still got another solid week in January. We are partnering with Auburn Career Center. Every month, they are providing a food market. So we're supporting that 12 months
Mm.
throughout the year. They're looking for volunteers. There's no requirements, no criteria. So we are partnering and just doing a little bit of service, providing stuff for our community
Hmm.
members, for those in need. Again, for anybody.
You know, I I think Auburn Career Center is probably one of the best kept secrets
Absolutely. They,
here in the region. The things that they bring to the community are phenomenal.
yeah,
Phenomenal.
yeah. Today they're actually, their multimedia department is having small business folks come in there to help their students.
I did
Um,
hear that, yeah.
Yeah. So we've got the food market 12 months of the year. February, we have a collaborative tri-chamber networking event at DNS Automotive. I believe that's February 5th, 8:30 to 9:30. We have a event we're partnering with the Small Business Development Council at Lakeland
Okay.
Community College, so also known as SBDC.
Yep, yep.
They're going to have one of our chamber members from HV Legal, Neil Harrison, attorney at law. He's going to be going over legal contracts for our small businesses.
Wow.
So it's $10, includes a lunch. I'm sure a lot of information. That's mid-February. And then towards the end of the month in February, we're partnering with 7 other chambers in Northeast Ohio. This is the
Wow.
first time we're doing this.
Wow.
And it's the Mega Mixer.
Uh-huh.
So I expect hundreds of people there.
Yeah.
Jim Moran is sponsoring that event for the Eastern Lake County Chamber of Commerce. So looking forward to that. That's going to be up in Mayfield at Bellevue. It's a new event center. So we'll see what that event brings, Tom.
You mentioned the attorney that's going to talk about
Yeah.
contracts.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've read something on a post on the internet somewhere where a small business person says, I have an upset client and they want me to do this and this, but that's not what I was originally, hired to do. Or there's some discrepancy and they say, what do I do? And a lot of the people that respond will say, well, what does your contract say?
Right. What's that fine
And
print say?
and quite often it's, well, we didn't use a contract. And it's so important because if it hits the fan,
Yeah.
you got to be able to work through that so that everybody's happy. And that's the customer and the service provider or the vendor. And so a lot of times having that written down.
Sure. And you know, Tom, that's when our phone will ring at
Yeah.
the chamber office when it hits the fan.
Yeah.
A lot of people will call the chamber and say, what do I do?
Yeah.
You know, we're that phone call that you
Yeah.
can make, and we are that community connection because we know who can help you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's a great thing that the chamber offers because
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know,
I
we
know.
have real people, human connection.
Yeah, that is so important,
You know,
especially.
hey, Dorkin and Bernstein. Hey, HV Legal.
Yeah,
Hey, Forbes
yeah.
Law. You know, this time of year we have a lot of people. My heat's out.
Hmm.
Here's 9 chamber members.
Yeah.
I've had so many phone calls this week about that.
Really?
Yeah. Well, who could I call? Who do you
Wow.
trust?
Wow.
Here's 9 businesses.
Well, and
People that answer the phones.
that's kind of interesting too, because my wife and I we like to get away for a weekend or so. And if we're talking about going someplace that we've not been before, one of the things I'll do is I'll go online searching for the local chambers of commerce. And
You and I've talked about this
yeah,
before. I
and
do the same thing
and
because they know.
search. Yeah.
They know.
Search
They
for
know
what's
that
going.
winery.
Yeah.
They know that restaurant.
Who's out
Yeah.
there
They know that hotel, Tom, to stay in and not to stay in.
Exactly. Exactly. Um.
We have great hotels in Madison. I just want everyone to know.
What are some of the challenges that you face?
No day is ever the same. You
Yeah.
know, that time management. We're always planning the next thing.
Yeah.
The phone is always ringing.
Yeah.
The emails are always coming in. And our job is to serve and promote and guide the business and civic communities we serve.
Mhm.
So when that phone call comes, or, you know, that certificate of origin is needed for that manufacturer, or Tom Szabo needs his health insurance, his letter of good standing, those are those call to actions that have to be done in the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
So I would say that's the biggest challenge, but I love it.
staying
It's
on
just
top of it
keeping,
all.
yeah, just keeping
Okay.
going.
Okay.
We're a small office of 2, myself, Marilyn
Okay.
Hahn. We have 19 directors to our board. So there are times when I'm, you know, thinking if I could get 10 of these guys in the office, I'd be all right, you know? So I would say would be our number one challenge. You know, I'm not one to want to leave work for the next day. I want it all done.
Yeah.
And that's something I've had to adjust to.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully tomorrow there'll be another day. Then you just seem like you get a little further behind.
Yeah. Yeah. So, to kind of wind this on down, if people want to learn more, they can go to your website.
Yeah. There is a lot of tabs on the top of our website about us, membership,
Okay.
resources, joining. Feel free to, you know, visit
Okay.
the website, easternlakecountychamber.org.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Can they call you?
Oh gosh, yeah. I
Oh,
love when
gotcha.
the phone when it's ringing is job security.
How do they get-
440-357-7572.
Great. Great. Katrina, this has been great.
Thank
I
you.
really
Thank you for doing this for our small businesses.
Well, you're welcome. I think this was the ideal way to kick this off, because if you're a small business owner out there and you're listening to this, think back onto the things that Katrina has talked about. And I've always felt that don't join a chamber and expect everyone to come to you.
Right.
Join the chamber and go work it.
Yeah. Get involved.
Get involved. Get on a
invested.
committee.
Sure.
Talk to people. Go to a luncheon. Go to a coffee connection thing.
I think that's my favorite thing, Tom, is the
Yeah.
relationships.
Yeah,
It's the number one key component
exactly.
is the relationships. And I
Exactly.
have met so many incredible people.
I'm
so
sure.
blessed.
I'm sure.
Thank you.
Well, again, thank you so very much for coming.
you.
I really
You're welcome.
appreciate it. It's been great. I hope that you were comfortable with all of this.
Yeah. I had a great time. Went super
Good.
fast.
Good. Yeah. So to bring it all to a close, I want to thank everybody, the 1 or 2 listeners out there that may have been listening to us, and thanks to Katrina March, our guest today at the Eastern Lake County Chamber of Commerce, and a big thanks, a big shout out to Sean over there behind the terminals and the Madison Public Library. You can learn more about them at madison-library.info. So
Another great resource.
another
in
great
our
resource.
community.
Come in here and visit the library and see. I was amazed this morning, all the stuff outside of books that's here. So everyone, please tune in again. Learn more about small business here in Northeast Ohio at Your Biz Story. Thank you much. This is Tom Szabo signing off.